Such a good bike, such a cracking all-rounder. I mean, every time I set off on a run, it's the same. Start off describing the bike and then just start whooping and hollering. All right, mate. Yeah, in you go. Come on, yes. Get it length for the camera. DHR. My name's Guy Kesterman. I've been a professional mountain bike and kit tester for 25 years. And today, I've just done 7 Supertech hardcore enduro stages over 40 kilometers on the Ard Rock Enduro on the brand new Santa Cruz Hightower V3. Ard Rock Enduro, we are go. Ah, it's feeling nice already. I've only done a couple of pedal turns and a pop. It already feels super sorted. I mean, I'm first stage, I'm just running on basic sag and kind of default setup in that Super Deluxe on the back, but spent a lot of time on that Ultimate Shock, so pretty happy that's going to do a good job. Might open it up a bit later, and then 36 factory on the front, so all top gear as you'd expect on a bike that's nudging close to 10k. So what's changed since the V2? Well, to be honest, not a vast amount. Travel's the same. 150 front, all in. 145 rear. The angles are very, very slightly different. So 64.5 degree head angle, or 64.8. Got it in tighter mode. 472, 475 reach on this large. So, you know, just really good balanced geometry. Not super long, not crazy slack. To be honest, pretty much all the Santa Cruzes, very similar shapes now. Kind of wheel size and travel are the only things that you're really picking between. Oh, this drift's really nice. Lovely stability. Just sets up a really nice, confident ride for taking the high lines, taking the swing, even when it's nice and greasy and loose. And while I wasn't enjoying that max grip tyre coming up the climb, very glad to have that sticky DHR on the front on these sections. And the VPP suspension has changed subtly as well. It uses smaller pivot axles, which means the linkages can be moved closer to the BB, and that gives slightly less anti-squat, and it's got a more progressive but also more linear shock rate too. So there's slightly less pedal kickback than previously, but it's still a really positive pedaling suspension system. Also means they can make the chainstay length smaller on the smallest size too. And the whole bike just feels more solid. You've got that glove box in the belly now. But I have to say, it's like the best engineered, most solid feeling internal storage hatch I've ever used. I weighed it separately. It's 86 grams, but it closes like a VW van door. Proper, just, and then you've got obviously lifetime warranty on the frame, on the wheels, on the bearings, no questions asked. You know, run the don't miss a ride program. That peace of mind is just awesome if, you know, you're riding terrain like this regularly. And to be honest, exactly the same stage for handling. Dropping in. Woo! Yeah, it's still got a little more pedal feedback with some systems. So it's nice and positive under power, but still, just for taking those bigger hits and landings, the way the wheel path swings backwards, just it's a real gift for big hit control. And I have to say, even without tweaking the many dials on this shock. Back end of this bike feels awesome. Hey, morning boys. Hey. There we go, max grip moment. It's on the outside. Yep, there we go. Nice bit of head angle illustration there. Drop it into the loam. Yes. And it's 14.2 kilos, so when it is heavier, with that glove box in there, sturdier build, and then heavier duty wheels. Cheers, mate. I actually measured the frame with full fixtures and fittings, about around 3 kilos, so you know, it's not lightweight, but just the control and confidence, morning, it gives you through sections like that. So sorted. That felt like it was on rails, and I could tell just by looking at it, it was slippery as hell. I always seem to get a Hightower to test. I'm absolutely knackered. I always end up wishing it slipped rather than carry on gripping, but that back end is just relentless. All right, mate. Oh yeah, this is really important. If you're wondering where these trails are, they're only accessible during the event. So get signed up. You need to be bloody quick. It sells out almost immediately. Get yourself signed up. See you here next year. Right, stage 2. Dropping in. Proper mix, this one. Should be great for showcasing super versatile, rowdy mid-travel trail bike, and certainly feeling good off those initial drops. Running wide. Let it run, because that's where that VPP suspension really comes into its own, and of course the slightly slasher head angle. Just all about the stability in sections like this, because all right, mate, grip on these rocks. Whoa. That's beautifully exhibited by that Max Terra rear tyre. Front was all right, back, oh my lord. And probably just did it to remind me that chainstays on this bike are size specific, to get 3mm longer on every size, so it's kind of proportionately shaped for the geometry. Yes, VPP. Whoa, hello. Let it run a bit too much. Woo. Those rocks are proper greasy. And then she got that little bit of pedal feedback. Got a really nice drive on these little lift sections here. All right, mates. Not normally a fan of a DHR on the front, so it does slow down the roll, especially in max grip, but as you can see, got that massively wrong yesterday, but I should have remembered it this time. Whoa, greasy. Again, that tyre really helping, and just the fact front end is so precise as well. Drop your heels, let the bike take the hits, lean it in early. Whoa! I think that's where I came off last year. Fully rearranged my visor. This is just savagely slick. I don't know if it's going to be hilarious or just carnage. But wait, hello, hello. Full on slip and slide. And somebody's added fairy liquid today as well, I think. It's been raining most of the morning, so it's just lubed up nicely for us. Little pop off here. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then nose it in. Yes! Morning! Whoa! Nearly lost it at the bottom. Oh, mate!
This is not good. I'm running tomorrow, it's going to be even slippier, isn't it?
I thought actually it was so slidey up top, that didn't feel as bad as I was expecting.
No, kinda.
Honestly, I kept looking at the back end going, what is going on?
As you can see, Loads of grip, especially on the saddle and the front tyre. Loads of grip, mate. All the grips. Stage 3, the tyre killer. And I'm slightly apprehensive because it's just Exo spec on this Hightower. Alright, mate! It's not Exo Plus or Double D or anything on the rear because, you know, it is a general purpose trail bike. But it is a little weird having the HD rims on there and then not having a... Alright, mate! Come on, boy! Woo! And then not having a reinforced tyre to match, but fingers crossed, right, mate? Certainly enjoying being chucked around down here. And it's double 29er, but so you've got that really nice rolling speed, but still cutting in when you need it to, when you need to take the tighter line, and wow, the way it rolls down there. Whew. I was actually planning on opening up the compression a bit, but must have felt fine down there. And it's nice to have that support coming into the lower sections. More sweeping corners on this run. Yes, I mean that's the great thing with this new Super Deluxe Ultimate Shock. It's a whole load of tuning available in the damping. You got low and high speed compression, and they're now, the way the circuits are arranged, they're genuinely almost completely separate. So you can add that high speed to bring it up in the stroke while still keeping it supple off the top, or you know, add low speed to stabilize it but still keep it wide open, taking those bigger hits. But oh, this bike loves speed. I'm thinking of other details worth talking about. You've got a little window now on what they used to call a pizza oven, part of the frame that straddles the shock. There's some nice little contrast paintwork in there as well, which mirrors the graphic on the top tube. You've got internal fully plumbed cable routing as standard like you normally have. And I mean, just little things, already said, like, you know, the hatch on the glove box is the nicest I've seen, but also the little wallets, the little bags you get inside it, or purse, whatever they call them, they're the nicest as well. You know, they've got proper chunky zips on them, got little internal dividers, lovely bits. Everything about this bike just feels really, really beautifully put together now. And this is, you know, proper top spec bike. So you've got SRAM Exo1 axis, you've got, like I say, those reserve HD wheels, you've got Code RSC brakes, already talked about the tyres, Exo1 carbon crank. You know, you are paying a premium price for it, like I say, £1,000 more than it used to be, but you know, you're getting that brilliant rock shock in it now. Actually taking a little bit of the compression off, just one click of low speed is actually feeling more supple. I mean, there's only 4 clicks to go at, 2 plus, 2 minus, but each one makes a real difference. And then set up as sorted as this feels fantastic. And of course you got the glove box, and you know, the geometry is tweaked a bit as well, so it just feels. But basically, this is one of the best all-round trail bikes anyway in 2019. So it's kind of getting to that stage where you don't want them to do much to it. It's so good, you know. And Santa Cruz generally don't get crazy radical on geometry and stuff like that. They do mad stuff, like, I mean, they were the ones who started the whole, you know, complete, no quibble, lifetime warranty on wheels and frame set, which is, you know, a complete game changer. There's quite a few firms now who've kind of picked up on it, but when that came in, that was just next level. Customer support, yeah, it really did change the whole landscape of bike warranty. So they deserve massive credit for that. You know, just the fact that the bearings are fully rebuildable, you've got grease ports on the lower linkage, alloy linkages top and bottom, really nicely machined pieces. And you can fully rebuild them if you need to as well. The collet bearings, or you just pump fresh grease through them to liven them up from time to time. All in well, this is the CC carbon frame, the most expensive one. You get the same stiffness and strength in the C carbon models as well. It's just, you can expect to have about 200 grams more weight. Most of all, it's just the fact that I can chat totally trouble-free down sections like that, just completely nonchalant, but still feeling really involved, really enjoying the ride. That's what makes this bike truly outstanding. It really is. Has to be a benchmark bike in this category. The previous one was, and this takes up the reins with just a bit of refinement, basically. Right, stage 5 with a tailwind on a Hightower. Yeah. This is a really nice flowy one, so I'm going to pretend I've kept that increased compression damping on off the climb to see how it runs. I mean, that's not the case, I've just forgot to take it off, but actually it's feeling nice. Driving me through those berms up the top there. Pumps really, really well, this bike. And then you got that super secure front end. Drop it in. Yes. There's a bit more chatter, as you'd expect, from all low speed compression damping. Woo! It pushes a bit further off the tops like that, but woo! Oh yes. But it's great having that ability to push around with the shock within the adjusters. You know, you're not just limited to one sweet spot. All right, lads? You're not just limited to one sweet spot. You can actually make the most of all the different characters you can dial in through that shock with this bike. It's got really nice broad bandwidth on the adjustment, just because that VPP naturally works so well with that little bit of foot control through it. It's interesting actually how different this way feels to the Bronson, which I rode down here last year, which is more about the back end kick out. This is more about dropping your heels and really driving with that 29 rear wheel. You have to look in a bit earlier because you haven't got that flick out to save you, but you know, the carving, grip and stability is just awesome. Really run it wide. Phew! Yes.
You all right?
Oh, good that, me. Yeah. And with 29er wheels, both ends, positive pedalling vibe, and all that onboard storage for your snacks and your spares. Now I've eaten myself back into a state where I can actually talk while going uphill. This is a really good full day out bike as well. especially when you've got the extra longevity, those bearings, stuff like that. You know, it really is kind of a best of compilation. It's been taken up another notch this incarnation. Although, if you really want a bargain, well, a relative bargain, they have still got some of the V2 bikes, which if you're not fussed about the internal storage or the latest shock, you save £1,000 on them and 600 grams in weight. Stage 6! And of course you've got, if you need a bit more travel than this, you got the Mega Tower, a bit less travel than this, you got the Tall Boy. All very, very similar in terms of geometry, suspension feel. The Tall Boy hasn't got a Glovebox on it yet, but I think we can expect that to come soon. And then you've got the mixed seat wheel size options as well. You've got Bronson, which is basically a mixed wheel size Hightower. By the time I've edited this, you'll have the Nomad will have gone mixed wheel as well. So that means, you know, 29 up front, 27.5 rear. There's loads of different options in the family. And 5010 as well, which is currently still 27.5 both ends, but I think you can guess where that'll be going next when they launch the next generation of this. And it's quite interesting because actually Hightower is probably the youngest model in the whole Santa Cruz range outside the e-bikes, because it's only on V3, or some of them are on like V5 or 6 now. But such a good bike, such a cracking all-rounder. I mean, every time I set off on a run, it's the same. Start off describing the bike and then just start whooping and hollering. All right, mate. Yeah, in you go. Come on, yes. DHR. Get it length for the camera. Birmingham. But it just feels so confident at its speed and at properly loopy lean angles. Last one, it's raining, it's spittery spattery, I don't know how much you're going to see, so let's just make this an audio book celebration of just how sorted this new Hightower is. Ah, oh, lovely bit of flow there. Yes. You know, this is pretty much top dollar in the range. But you can say you got the carbon C bikes, you got the alloy bikes as well, so plenty to choose from. And actually, you know, all bikes are getting expensive now. I mean, it's obviously a premium price, but you are getting so much in terms of customer support. And just like I say, it's just so beautifully put together. If you want to have a bike where it feels like, you know, all right folks, cheers. It really feels like you have treated yourself to something special. For experimental reasons, I've opened all the taps now, so fully open on high speed and low speed on that rear shock, and I have to say, I like a bit of free flow on the rear end. Not quite as much support through turns as you might expect. Does seem to be giving me a little bit more grip, although to be fair, there's absolutely zero on that grass. Definitely ran some poles over here today. Oh, this looks greasy. Oh, look at that. Oh, sandy dry bit. Woo!
Send it, guys!
Yeah, right. Whoa, hello. And it's just got that strength. Like I say, I've probably said it loads of times on all 7 stages. It's just got that precision and ability to hold the line even when the front tyre does go. You know, it's got that stiffness to collect it again, really letting you just push on with more confidence you'd normally have. Just shifts the back end around there. Right, now what did this do yesterday? Right, take it steady, Kez. Yes, thank you. Cheers, loves. Widening. Drop it onto the loam. Yes, 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 yes. Let it go. Foot out on this one. Get the outrigger. Push that back end round. Ah, yeah, like I say, it's pretty much perfect celebration of this bike. Such varied terrain, such a versatile bike. Loves it tight, loves it techie, loves the speed. It's just proper all-round pinner. Woo! Last section, heel drop. Nothing clever, just stay alive. Woo! Yes! Hightower V3. Ard Rock Enduro. We are done.
Honestly done. Quick fit bit.
Boom! Yes!
Very good.
So, there you go. All 7 stages done. I'll be honest, I thought I was going to bail after stage 3. I felt like absolute death. So full credit to this bike and to the power of cheese and pickle sandwiches for pulling me around on that one. And Red Bull. Never have Red Bull, and actually had Red Bull at the tent this time. And that got me talking again. But amazing considering how blown I felt, how well this bike has handled this course, taken everything totally in its stride. Gonna clean it up. I'll do a full tech talk round on it as well, so you can see all the up close details on it. But hopefully this initial ride review has given you a pretty good idea of how the bike actually rides, which is basically totally sorted across a massive range of different surfaces, you know, climbing, single tracking, descending. For a mid-travel, you know, mid-weight bike, it is insanely capable now with the new shock and certainly, I mean, maybe go for a tougher rear tyre, and if you are going to, you know, take these wheels to the limit, or, you know, maybe build it up lighter with a lighter set of wheels. Maybe put an inline shock in it if you wanted, and a slightly lighter fork. You know, you could get away with a 150mm 34 in the front, and that would actually build it into significantly lighter sort of all-day bike. And definitely, you know, if you are going distance on it, I'd put a less grippy front tyre in. But for today, this has been, well, I'm saying this because the rear tyre survived. This has been absolutely spot on. And like I say, I'll go through all the details on pricing and all the other. It is. All right, mate. And go through all the other details on the rest of the bikes in the range and stuff like that, which I'm frankly too knackered to remember right now. But massive thanks to Santa Cruz for the loan of the bike. Thanks to Giro Cycling, PEs and Crud for sponsoring Gaikes TV. Thanks to my Patreon supporters as well, who put a small monthly amount into the channel. All right, mate. Put a small monthly amount into the channel, and the names of the investors are scrolling up on screen now, and they can make a massive difference to how much time I can spend in front of the camera talking to you about bikes and shit. So if you really like what I'm doing, please consider supporting me on Patreon with a small monthly subscription, and you'll get ad-free, behind the scenes, extended and early cuts as a thank you. But subscribe, click for notifications, give this a thumbs up like. That was bound to happen. I'm fit to fall over as well. Don't know about the bike, but anyway, yeah, give this a like, tell your mates. Look out for that Tech Talk Ground Review. Look out for more Santa Cruz videos coming up shortly. I've had a Chameleon for ages now that I need to review, and there's some other bikes just about to pop as well. So keep an eye on the channel. But for now, I've been Guy Kesteven on Gaikes TV, talking about
the brand new Santa Cruz Hightower V3. If you've got the money and you like a bike that pedals with a real positivity and just has next level detailing and quality feel about it, I can't think of anything finer to spend your money on right now.